On behalf of the Commissioner and Board of Control, welcome to this state basketball tournament final game in Division 4 between Delphos St. John's High School and Rushi High School. The athletes playing here today are friendly rivals as members of opposing teams. The officials assigned to this game have been selected by the head basketball coaches in Ohio through a system approved by the Board of Control. The officials for this game: Lee Barlow, with 28 years of basketball officiating experience and 22 years of tournament experience. Daniel Katurba, with 23 years of basketball officiating experience and 20 years of tournament experience. And Frank Vitt, with 13 years of basketball officiating experience and 10 years of tournament experience. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. You're requested to so regard them and to so treat them in keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. And now introducing the head coaches. For Delphos St. John's, Brett Norris. Head coach of Rushi, Paul Bremichen. The assistant coaches for Delphos St. John's, Al Unterbrink, Steve Ricker, Paul Sadler, and Gavin Seaver. The assistant coaches for Rushi, Brad Francis, Dave Borchers, Doug Foster. The cheerleading squad for Delphos St. John's: Tricia Patton, Vanessa Ricker, Francie Schnipke, Ashley Wolke, Susan Odenweller, and Lindsay Seaver. Their mascot is Brian Coleman, and their advisor is Cindy Elwer. Now the cheerleaders for Rushi: Katie Grogine, Melissa Breeze, Autumn Hacker, Abby Monin, Christy Schulze, Sarah York. Their advisors are Yvonne Debbie and Lisa York. Introducing alternately the squads for both teams. For Delphos St. John's, number 5, Casey Klaus. For Rushi, number 12, Danny Elsaw. For the Blue Jays, number 12, Brad Hanf. For the Raiders, number 14, Zach Monin. For St. John's, number 14, Todd Ostendorf. For Rushi, number 20, Mitch Bergman. For the Blue Jays, number 15, Matt Webb. For the Raiders, number 22, Scotty Grogine. For Delphos St. John's, number 20, Ryan Patek. For Rushi, number 32, Colin Foster. For the Blue Jays, number 23, Jeff Unterbrink. For the Raiders, number 34, Cody Francis. For St. John's, number 32, Don Haggard. For Rushi, number 40, Kevin Tebby. For the Blue Jays, number 40, Keith Knippen. For the Raiders, number 50, Nathan Marshall. For St. John's, number 45, Todd Munter. And for St. John's, number 52, Bart Bergefell. And now the starting lineups. For Delphos St. John's, number 3, Nate Klaus. For Rushi, number 10, Kyle Gill. For the Blue Jays, number 10, Brian Clark. For the Raiders, number 24, Drew Barhorst. For St. John's, number 33, Keith Recker. For Russia, number 30, Dane Borchers. For the Blue Jays, number 34, Mike Anthony. For the Raiders, number 42, Josh Cordonier. For St. John's, number 50, Ryan Holgrave. For Russia, number 44, Jay Borchers.
St. John's Blue Jays in their royal blue uniforms with gold numbers and trims. Teams just look like inverses of each other. Out there on the floor, they're set to tip it up, and we are underway. Dane Borchers tips the ball back to his teammate Drew Barhorst, and Kyle Gill will bring it up the floor for Russia. The Raiders go on offense from right to left. Borchers has it out front. Dane Borchers, top of the key to Gill's picked off and stolen by Nate Klaus. Going the other way, up with the left-handed goal. Nate Klaus, the first 2 points of the game go to Delphos St. John's, and pressure for Russia right off the bat. The steal for Nate Klaus. He's guarding Kyle Gill now as Gill brings it across half court. Spins out near the top of the circle. Looking for some help down inside. He's going to hand it off to Josh Cordonier. Cordonier on the dribble. He dribbles right side and goes back to her left side to Gill. Gill's going to drive on the baseline, put it off the glass, around the rim and out. And the rebound is taken down by Recker of St. John's. Here come the Blue Jays with Klaus on the left side. Now to Holdgreave and top of the key Recker. Thinks three. Clark on the right side to Anthony in the corner. Right side now, Klaus on the wing with 7 minutes left in the first. He's going to drive baseline, lob it out front where Anthony's open for three. Doesn't take it, drives baseline, and the pass goes off Recker nearly out of bounds. He saves it to Clark, open for three, and he got it. Ryan Clark had only 4 points in the whole game last time out. Quickly, Barhorst runs the other way. Shot blocked from behind by Recker, and the ball is kicked and will stay with Russia. 5-0, Delphos St. John's.
One thing you notice about Delphos, Roman, as you mentioned, the defensive pressure, they've been all over Russia so far in the first 1 minute plus, and maybe something they did not see Russia the other day against White Oak.
Russia will inbound underneath their own hoop, looking for their first points of the game. They get it to Gill in the corner. Gill looking, and is going to hand off to Jay Borchers. He throws in Dane Borchers. Pull-up jumper's no good. Rebound, Delphos St. John's. Nate Klaus pulls it down and will come out of the fray with it. It's going to go to Anthony. Anthony shot blocked from behind by Barhorst. Nice play by Drew Barhorst to get back and tip that ball away.
Now, Drew Barhorst, outstanding ball player for Russia Raiders, 6'3" senior, and as you said, he got back defensively and able to knock it out of bounds.
Klaus to trigger, finally gets it out front to St. John's. Anthony across midcourt. Anthony will drive foul line, left side Clark, and in the corner Nate Klaus. Now on the baseline to Recker. His shot up and in. Recker too big to be that close. He's got two. It's 7-0. Delphos St. John's.
Too big and strong because the defender got a piece of it, but he just powered it up there with his body.
Nate Klaus tips it away out of bounds as the pass was intended for Gill. Looks like Russia having some trouble with the pressure, as we assumed. Blue Jays, a very gifted team speed-wise and athletic-wise. They're playing very well so far. It's 7-0 with 6:09 to play in the first quarter. Gill on the dribble for the Raiders. Crosses over, goes across half court. Dribbling high on the left side, looking backdoor from Dane Borchers. He finds him. Borchers hangs in the air and puts it off the glass and in. Dane Borchers, the first two for Russia. A decided advantage if they could get it inside to the big 6'8" fella.
Yeah, they got to get inside of him, and as you said, he's got the height advantage, 4 or 5 inches on the other defenders for the Blue Jays.
7-2, Delphos St. John's with the lead and the basketball with 5:40 in the first quarter. Right side Clark, back out front Klaus. Now right side Clark again. And to Klaus, top of the key. Reverses the ball now inside to Recker, back out Clark. Open three for the lefty is a little bit long. The rebound kicked around on the floor. Gill picks it up for Russia. He wants to run, goes left side to Barhorst, who can't corral a pass and goes tumbling over the camera underneath the basket standard. You were just remarking during the last game.
Yeah, we kind of talked this about at the first game when LeBron James and company was out on the floor. It's a wonder that more players aren't hurt going into the camera people. They're still along each baseline.
Because there's only a couple of feet past the baseline.
There's not much room at all for a player to come down. And as athletic as some of these kids are these days, it's a wonder more people haven't got hurt.
Turnover gives it back over to St. John's. They lead it 7-2. Top the key with it is Nate Klaus. Left side, Clark. Back to Klaus. Klaus will drive into the foul line underneath, and traveling called on Nate Klaus. He got Dane Borchers in the air, but used an extra step to do it.
Early shooting, 3 of 4 for Delphos St. John's, 1 of 4 for the Russia Raiders.
Raiders inbound, get it to Dane Borchers, who helps out with the press, to Kyle Gill. Gill will bring it up across half court, top of the key. Right side, tried to get it for Barhorst, and it bounced off of a Blue Jay, and actually ricocheted over to the Blue Jay, the actual Delphos St. John Blue Jay. Anyway, we'll stay with Russia. They trailed by 5 with just under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Barhorst to trigger, lobs it to Borchers. Borchers on the left side from the block, leans in, shot won't fall. Rebound, Anthony wants to run, ball knocked away. Barhorst nearly picked it off. Now it's Klaus, Casey Klaus, who has checked in, and he is wide open down at the other end. A bucket up and in by Casey Klaus, who checked in for Holgreave at the last stoppage, and he's got 2. It's 9-2. Back the other way, Russia trailing by 7, their largest deficit. Scoop on the baseline to Barhorst. Strong move inside, blocked by Recker. To Clark. Now to Nate Klaus. He'll dribble down from the left block, up and good. And it's now an 11-2 ball game. And a timeout is taken by Russia. Coach Paul Bremigan wants to talk it over. 4:17 left in the first quarter. 11-2 St. John's. Shirts. The Russia Raiders on them. And Russia will inbound. They get it into Gill. Gill is going to bring it down against Nate Klaus. Across half court with 4:13 in the opening quarter. On the dribble, throws right side Jay Borchers. Borchers is going to pull in from 16. His jumper's a little bit short. Rebound to Nate Klaus of St. John's. Here comes Klaus, right side Clark. Clark thinking 3, driving baseline. Turned away there by Borchers, who steals the ball away nearly, and he does. Pushes it back off of Clark and out of bounds. Great hustle by the 6'8 Borchers, who is not a big, he's tall, but is very lanky.
Yeah, very lanky indeed, and he can move around a little bit out there, too.
Allows him some quickness. Russia to inbound now. They try and get it inbound, finally do to Jay Borchers. Borchers on the lob, splits the double team right at half court, dives on the floor, was looking for Dane Borchers and can't quite get it to him.
Russia just out of sync, and again, you have to go back to the Delphos defense with some of that, but trying to beat him down the floor and get the early basket or transition basket, and just a little out of control that time.
Delphos St. John's brings in a couple of new folks as Todd Ostendorf checks in. Ryan Holgreave will come back in for the Blue Jays. Ostendorf had a pretty good game, 5 points in the semifinal win over Bristol. St. John's averages about 61 points a game. They have 11 right now and lead by 9. Largest lead of the game so far. Pass inside to Anthony, a strong move, but he's turned away the baseline, stolen away by Cordonier. He's going to look ahead to Grosjean, who's just checked in for Bristol, or for Russia, and his shot blocked, pinned against the board. Russia gets it back. It's to Cordonier and then back out to Gill. The folks from Russia wanted a goaltend there. Left side, it goes to Scotty Grosjean. He's going to drive in with the left hand, puts it up around the rim and out. Anthony pulls it down for the Blue Jays to Klaus. Cross-court pass to Casey Klaus. He can't handle the short hop. It was like a shortstop, and it got through him E6.
Well, the Raiders continuing to struggle from the floor. 1 of 9 here in the first 5 minutes of this basketball game. And again, Delphos 5 out of 6 out of the gate here in the early going.
Russia to inbound, gets it to Dane Borchert, and then back to Cordonier. Cordonier, 3:04 left to play in the opening quarter. Steps in. Nice little step-in move that time by Josh Cordonier, the second bucket of the game for Russia. 11-4 now. Blue Jays on top. As Klaus will walk it down. Left side, Ostendorf. Ostendorf looks in the corner and nearly throws it over top of Klaus, and he travels with the ball before he can bring it down. He was going to throw it off of Barhorst, but couldn't quite go up high enough for that one and traveled when it came down.
Turnover number 4 in the ball game against Delphos here in the first 5.5 minutes of this basketball game. Delphos
will bring back in Keith Recker, who really played well. He might have been one of the difference makers in that St. John's first win over Bristol in the semi. He had 17 points. Russia inbounds to Barhorst. Barhorst will bring it across half court. Hands off to Gill and then to Cordonier. Cordonier, 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Cordonier looking to pass to Barhorst on the right elbow. He makes a move underneath to the lane. Shot up off the rim and no good. And here come the Blue Jays. Clark on the dribble. Clark leading a 2-on-2 is now going to slow it back up to Recker. Holdgreave open. 3-ball off the right side. No. And Clark can't handle the rebound with one hand. Oh, they keep it with Ruschi.
Yeah, it really looked like Brian Clark might have even hit it last along the baseline, but they're going to say it's the Blue Jays basketball.
Okay, sorry about that. It is going to be Blue Jays basketball. Say it went off Ruschi. Right side, Clark is open for a three. Tries to make it hurt. Front of the rim, though. It won't go. And Grosjean pulls down the rebound for the Ruschi Raiders. Left side, Barhorst with under 2 to play. 11-4. St. John's on top. Raiders with the basketball. Underneath to Borchers. Borchers, strong move. Nice pass to Cordonier. Puts up the shot and in. Josh Cordonier. He's got 4, and it's 11-6.
Yeah, Borchers could have easily turned around and just laid it up and in, but he dished it off to Cordonier, and he laid it up and in.
Clark with it on the left wing, underneath the Casey Klaus, corner to Holdgreave, right side, Ostendorf open, 3-ball off to the right, and the rebound is going to go out of bounds, and it will be the Ruschi basketball trying to cut into this 5-point lead. They trailed at one point, 11-2. It's now 11-6.
Delphos a little chilly from three-point land, 1 of 5 here in the first 6.5 minutes of this basketball game.
They shot so well from beyond the arc in their semifinal win. Roche is going deep with this one, and the pass goes off to the right, and it's picked off by Anthony. He'll bring it down the other way for Delphos St. John's. Hangs in the air, passes baseline to Klaus. Klaus is going to scoop it inside. Nice pass to Anthony, and he had the ball tipped away from him. And diving into the water cart is Ruschi. After the ball, as that was Denny Elsas who's checked in. Elsas could not quite catch up to it. Looks a little injured as he comes back onto the floor, but will stay in the game. Holdgreave comes out. Nate Klaus back into the game for Delphos St. John's. Barhorst on the inbound, and Ruschi will get the basketball with 1:17 left to play here in the first quarter. 11-6. Ruschi trailing with the basketball. Cordonier working it down. Now to Barhorst left wing. Barhorst looking for a cutter. Can't find it. Now top of the key. There's a 3-ball up by Jay Borchers. Off the rim, no. Rebound on the ground. Picked up by Elsas. His shot won't go. It's blocked. Rebound back out to Ruschi. Jay Borchers open. 3. Good! Jay Borchers, his first 3 of the game. And it's 11-9. Nice comeback here by the Raiders of Ruschi.
First 3 made of the day for the Ruschi Raiders.
In the corner, Recker tries a 3 for St. John's. No good. Rebound, Jay Borchers. Borchers wants to run. Now we'll slow it up a little bit with 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Borchers hands off to Barhorst. Drew Barhorst had 13 in the semifinal win. Hasn't scored yet today. He's on the dribble, top of the key, guarded there by Recker. Now looks for some help, gets it with Cordonier. Cordonier, right side, Jay Barhorst. Jay Barhorst is going to take it to the basket with 15 seconds, loses the ball, and it was kicked out by Ruscha. So the Blue Jays of St. John's will get it back and a chance to increase on their 2-point lead.
4-13 shooting for Ruschi Raiders, and Delphos 5 out of 11 here in the first quarter of play, with just 13 seconds left in this first quarter.
13 ticks remaining here in the first quarter as Delphos St. John's trying to join Cincinnati Roger Bacon as a state champ for 2001-2002. Nate Klaus on the dribble with 9 seconds. Top of the key, Clark. Back to Klaus. Klaus to the foul line. Right side, Clark. Open for 3. To the left, no good. Rebound on the floor is picked up by St. John's Anthony, and that is the buzzer for the first quarter of play. We have played 1 quarter here from Value City Arena, and it's 11-9. St. John's on top of Ruschi.
2 in the game for Dane Borchers, 4 for Josh Cordonier, and 3 for Jay Borchers. In the ball game, 4 turnovers for Ruschi, and 6 in the ball game for St. John's in that first 8 minutes of play.
You're really doing a nice job keeping the book over there, Dave.
My stats are outstanding. They always are at the state tournament for some
Isn't that
reason.
something? We pick up our game when it comes big time. Delphos St. John's will get the basketball on a 2-point lead to start out the second quarter. Nate Klaus on the dribble for the Blue Jays. He is being hounded. No 5-second call, though. Right side with it is Holdgreave. Top of the key, Clark open, but no. Left side, Klaus fires up a 3. Back of the iron, no. Rebound, Grosjean is bang, but he gets the rebound to Jay Borchers ahead, and Borchers will slow it up. He tried to get it to Grosjean. It's knocked away by Clark. Now the lob, and nearly goes in. Cordonier, the rebound off to Ruschi, and on the rebound, a shot good, and a foul. tell you what, Elsas took that back up strong, and he got, I don't know if he created the contact or received most of it, but there was a nice collision there, but the shot goes in. He'll get a chance for a three-point play.
How about Cordonier's pass? That was almost a left-handed three from about 22 feet.
He was trying to lob it to Dane Borchers, but it just went too high and nearly went in. Free throw by Elsas is up and no good, but the rebound back to Borchers, up and good. Dane Borchers with 4, and it's a lead for Russia. 13-11 after being down 11-2. Left side, Nate Klaus to Casey Klaus. Klaus looking for some help, gets it to Nate Klaus. Drives foul line, he doesn't know what to do with it, throws it left side to Klaus. Now on the baseline, Anthony. Casey Klaus, Nate Klaus, he splits the middle. Baseline, Anthony shot, up, good, and a foul. Nice reverse layup that time by Mike Anthony. The 6'2 junior will also head to the line looking for a three-point play.
Yeah, pretty play it was. Kind of hung in midair a little bit. And, kissed it off the glass. Got the shot to go down. Got fouled on the play. He'll be line right.
Anthony, a 78% free throw shooter on the season, was 2 of 2 in the Bristol semifinal win over Bristol. Anthony looking for point number 3 for him today. No good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Cordonier of Russia. He will bring it down, but it's stolen away by Anthony. Anthony grabs it, goes one-on-one with Cordonier. Shot up good. Mike Anthony starting to take over a little bit, and he has given Delphos St. John's back the lead, 15-13. With it is going to be Jay Borchers as he brings it across half court. Russia trailed 11-2, led 13-11, now back down 15-13. And Borchers looking to get rid of it, gets it to Cordonier on the baseline. Skip pass, Grosjean, strong move, no, but he's fouled by Klaus.
Nice pass along the baseline there.
Really nice pass. That was a baseball pass, and it had some MPHs behind it. Grosjean, Scotty Grosjean, a 5'11 senior. Really the first player off the bench for Russia. He had 4 in the semifinal win. 70% free throw shooter, and his first free throw is up and good. Scotty Grosjean with 1 point today, and it's 15-14. Where do you put your money in these interesting economic times? Tom Brenner at Raymond James Financial.
St. John's 33, Keith Ricker.
Russia at the present time, 10-9. 5 turnovers for the Raiders, 6 for Delphos so far in the first half.
Grosjean's free throw is good. So we have a tie game again, 15-all. 6:26 to play. In the first half, ball nearly stolen away from Anthony. He finds Klaus. He'll load up a 3, and it is good. Nate Klaus with 7. First 3 for him for the game, and it's 18-15. Second made 3 for Delphos as a team. Nearly a steal. It is a steal. Nate Klaus comes out of it with it. Going to go up with a right-handed score. Nate Klaus with 5 quick points, and it gives his team a 5-point lead, 20-15.
And again, the pressure just paying off for Delphos and some turnovers caused by that Blue Jay defense.
Russia averages about 14 turnovers per game. They have 6 already here in this one. Gill with it, looking for some help. Throws it up top to Barhorst. Barhorst on the dribble, back door to Jay Borchers. Nice, pretty move as he steps inside, throws it off the glass. Jay Borchers with 5. It's a 3-point lead for St. John's. Left side, Anthony. In the corner, Recker loads up a 3. Back of the iron, no. Rebound, Grosjean. Lost the handle on it, but Gill claims it for Russia. 5:21 left to play before halftime in this Division IV state championship game. Not a full crowd by any means, but a nice crowd on hand today. Barhorst on the right side for Russia. Drives in, nobody picks him up. Shot won't go, though. The rebound to St. John's. Klaus comes out of there. He wants to run. Goes right down the lane, puts up the shot. No, around the rim and out. But he was fouled and will head to the strike. So Nate Klaus, the 6'1 junior, really didn't have numbers that time, but led the break anyway.
Shooting numbers 9 of 17 for Delphos first half. They are 2 of 10 on threes here in the first half of play. The Russia Raiders 7 of 18 so far, and they've only attempted 2 from beyond the arc. They've hit 1 of those. Free
throw by Klaus is short. Won't go. Second free throw for St. John's, I believe. They missed them both.
Russia sends that number.
As both Anthony and Klaus have misfired. They shot very well from the line. 22 of 31 in the semifinal win against Bristol. In the game, Clark checks back in. Also in for the first time is Todd Munter for St. John's. Await the second free throw from Klaus. He is good. So Klaus splits the pair, gives him double figures, so 10, and it's 21-17, St. John's. Kyle Gill on the dribble. He will bring it across half court. Struggles to do so, but is able to get it across. He is looking to get rid of the ball now and throws it back door to Borchers. He's going to go to the hoop. Maybe gets away with a step, but scores it anyway. Dane Borchers with 6. And it's a 2-point game, 21-19. So Borchers gets the bucket there for Russia. Right side now is Casey Klaus. To the foul line, Recker. Left side, Nate Klaus. He will drive in all the way to the hoop, and a pretty move with the left hand, puts it up and in. Klaus is on fire, 12 points already in this game. Barhorse now with the basketball on the right side to Gill up top. 4:17 left to play in the first half. It's a 4-point game. Borchers now on the handle, back to Barhorse. Now to Borchers on the block, turns, spins, passes to Cordonier, nice catch, and he puts it up and in. Josh Cordonier with 6. And it's a 2-point lead again for St. John's.
Josh had position inside, and then a nice assist along the way. Got the easy 2.
Casey Klaus, top of the key, Clark. Clark between the legs dribble, right side, Nate Klaus, a long 3, and it's good. He knew it when he shot and started running away. He's got 15.
Is Nate in the zone right now?
I would say so. 26-21. St. John's on top. Rushy the other way. Barhorse looking for Cordonier. Can't find him. Now he's going to look baseline. Gets it to Jay Borchers. Borchers runs into the lane. Shot blocked by Clark. Rebound, though, to Dane Borchers. And falling out of there, he travels.
Now you talk about Nate Klaus. He's got 11 points in the second quarter and 15 for the first half of play. Delphos now hitting 11 of 19 in their shots. 3 of 11 on threes in the first half. Russia Raiders 9 of 20. And just 1 of 2 from three-point land.
Timeout is called here at Value City Arena. We'll take the break. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to play before halftime. 26-21, St. John's on top of Russia. Starting to build that lead back up a little bit more. They lead by 5.
Yeah, got out to 11-2 lead, then Russia came back and took the lead, but now, as you say, a 5-point lead with 3.5 to go in the first half. And Delphos has shot it well in the first half, 11 of 19. They have struggled, though, from three-point land, hitting 3 of 11, while Russia's 9 of 21 in the first half and just 1 of 2 on threes.
Russia comes out in a half-court trap after the timeout. Klaus breaks it with the dribble and dribbles all the way to the hoop and scores. Klaus with 17. Run out of room on my score sheet.
Great penetration by the guard.
3:11 to play in the first half. It's a 7-point lead now, 28-21. Borchers on the dribble, turned away, goes back to Barhorst. Barhorst stopped there defensively. Still looking to pass. Out front to Jay Borchers. Borchers guarded there by Clark, gets a little separation, puts up the jumper and good. Jay Borchers with 7.
Goal by Jay Borchers.
28-23, St. John's. Klaus on the dribble, back the other way. Under 3 to play now before halftime. The second of 4 state championship games today here on WQKT. Top of the key, Nate Klaus breaks it down into the zone, drives baseline, hands off to Recker. His shot around the rim and out, and the rebound tipped and controlled by Elsas of Russia. Russia comes out with it. It's Jay Borchers. Jay Borchers is checked back out. He waits to check in at the next opportunity. The Barhorse looking back door for Grosjean. Can't get it to him. Instead to Cordonier. Cordonier. He'll drive down the lane. Nobody picks him up, so he goes up with the left hand. Maybe got some contact. No call, and here comes Nate Klaus with the rebound. The other way for the Blue Jays. On the dribble, spins into the lane. Pass, wide open, Anthony is good.
Goal by Cody
Francis.
Francis.
His third bucket. 30-23, St. John's.
Klaus just drew the defense to him and then dished it
Goal
off
by
from
Mike
the
Anthony.
left block, and an easy 2 for Mike Anthony. As you mentioned, Nate Klaus, 7 for 7 shooting here in the first half here today.
Klaus is on fire. He has 17 points already. That last play, Clark
St.
kicked the
John's
ball
up to
away from
14
Cordonier.
fouls.
They both went sprawling for it out of bounds.
Ryan Mulgrave.
Cordonier kind of landed on Clark's head.
Dane Borchers, number 30.
Good for Clark, I wouldn't think, but he's up and all right. 1:54 left to play before Halftime. The lob to Borchers. He grabs it, spins, puts up the shot. No, but he was fouled through the contact from Ryan Holtgreave. He lobbed that one from half court. Dane Borchers, obviously at 6'8".
Number 50, Ryan
Tall,
Holtgreave,
wiry
is second,
6'8".
team's third.
But he's got several inches on the
Dane
tallest
Borchers,
defender.
shooting
The
two.
tallest defender is Holtgreave, and he's got 3 inches on him.
First trip to the foul line for Borchers as a team. Issue Raiders 2 of 3 at the stripe here in the first
St.
half.
John
Free
substitutes
throw up and
33,
good.
Keith
It's
Recker.
time for home improvement, a new car or shopping. Good luck. St. John's lead. Blue Jays walk the basketball down with the lead. Nate Klaus does cross half court against the half court trap. Throws left side. Casey Klaus wide open three. Front of the iron. No. Bounces twice. Rebound controlled by Jay Borchers of Russia. Gets it to Dane and then back to Jay Borchers. Borchers will bring it across on the left-hand dribble. Drives into the lane. Tries to pass baseline. No. Rebound here. The ball tipped around on the floor and a foul is called on Cordoniers. He knocked it away from Ostendorf. So a loose ball being kicked around, and finally a foul being called on Josh Cordonier.
Russia foul at number 42, Josh
Well, Mr. Cordonier, that's his first. In fact, not much foul trouble. In fact, not many fouls called. That's the 5th foul called in the first half for both teams combined. We saw a rather physical contest in the first game here today.
You think?
Yeah.
A little bit, huh?
This one not as physical yet. Nate Klaus brings it across half court, throws left side to Clark. He's triple teamed, gets it back to Klaus. He breaks the pressure down and throws it baseline to Recker, who lays it in. Once again, Nate Klaus has just been incredible here today for the Blue Jays. 32-25 they lead. Left side, Barhorst falls down, is able to get the ball to Gill. He throws to Borchers. Borchers foul line, triple team. Tries to throw baseline to Barhorst, and it's tipped out of bounds by the Blue Jays.
Delphos 14 of 24 in the shooting department in the first half. 3 of 12 on threes. Russia Raiders are 10 of 23 thus far in the first half, and they've attempted only 2 from the three-point land. One of those.
Russia to inbound, gets it to Grosjean. Inside, Borchers, and he travels. Trying to take an extra step off of the pivot, and not allowed to do so. Turns it back over with under 50 to play in the half.
Turnover number 7 in the ball game against the Raiders. Each team was 7 here in the first half of play.
32-25. It's a 7-point lead for Delphos St. John's. Their largest is 9. They look to try and equal that now. Throw it right side, picked up there by Casey Clark. Recker driving in the lane, hanging, shot no good. Ball tipped and controlled by Grosjean of Russia. Russia gets it to Cordonier, who brings it down. I knew that would happen sooner or later. It says Russia right on their shirt. Right side with it in the corner for Russia is Barhorst. To Cordonier, thinks about a three, now drives in, hangs in the lane, tries to draw some contact, but gets the shot. Cordonier with 16 seconds in the half. 32-27, 5-point lead for the Blue Jays as they walk it down. 12 seconds in the half, 10. Nate Klaus on the dribble top of the key. He's going to drive, spin in the foul lane, pass it to nobody, picked off, and a full court throw is going to get only about 3 quarters for Russia to end the half. So, Russia was tested, but they hang in, and at the half, Delphos St. John's is on top of the Raiders of Russia, 32-27. We'll take a timeout. First row, upper left. It's all the same. Anyway, we are set to start the second half of play, and Russia will have the basketball, trying to cut into this 5-point halftime lead as they start the third quarter. With it left side is Barhorst. It's Barhorst, Kyle Gill, Dane Borchers, who fires one from the left baseline and hits it.
Rolled by Dane Borchers.
10 in the game, and he comes out of the halftime locker room fuming. It's 32-29. With it is St. John's on the other side. Nate Klaus, who has 17 in the game, drives baseline, and he is fouled on his way to the hoop. For St. John's, they open up the second half with Nate Klaus, Brian Clark, Ryan Holtgrave, Mike Anthony, and Keith Recker. The same 5 starters they had on the floor. Borchers and Borchers for Russia, as well as Cordonier, Gill, and Barhorst for the Russia Raiders. Russia foul inbound to Recker, gets free and puts it up and in.
By Keith Recker.
Recker with a quick bucket gives him 6, and it's back out to a 5-point edge. Kyle Gill brings it down for the Raiders, picks up his dribble, and it's kicked nearly into my face. Appreciate the table being there to prevent that from happening. And Rushi will inbound on their side of the court. Sideline right. With it on the left side, they throw it into the baseline to Borchers. Borchers out front, Gill. Gill thinks about a three, drives into the lane, kicks it left side. Borchers open for a three. Front of the rim, no. Rebound, Dane Borchers. And he is submarined underneath by Recker. So Recker may have had the position, but Borchers kind of cleaned up, got the basketball, and then kind of got undercut.
St. John's foul.
First team
number
foul against
33,
Delphos here in the
Keith
second
Recker,
half.
his
First foul of the day
team's
against
first.
Keith Recker, the 6'4" senior for the Blue Jays.
Substitution in the game. is
Rushi
Kyle
substitute
Gill,
number
check out.
22, Scotty
And coming
Roji.
into the game is Scotty Grogine. I think Gill had a problem with his shoe.
Yeah.
We had a blowout in the, which game was it? The Eastern Brown game. One of the players had to change shoes. Rushi to inbound, gets it into Dane Borchers. Nice, quick athletic move up and in.
Ball by
Borchers
Dane
puts it
Borchers.
on. Littleman, he's got 12, 2 buckets here in the third quarter. It's a 3-point game again. St. John's brings it down. Nick Klaus grabbing his jersey as he calls out the play. Dribble at the top of the key, throws up a three, it's no good. A rebound tipped around off the head of one of the players. Back to Delphos St. John's. Anthony shot underneath and he's fouled. Anthony got the tip as I think Klaus again tipped that one in. Klaus, we talked about his 17
Rushi
points.
foul by
also
number
6
22,
assists in the
Scotty
game, too.
Roji.
Yeah,
his
great
second
guard. He
team
penetrates the
second.
lane for one, then he can dish it off or shoot the jumper or
Mike Anthony shooting
throw in the
two.
lane. 7 of 8, he's shot it well today. 2 of 3 from three-point land. As you mentioned, 6 assists in the contest.
Anthony's free throw is up and good. Gives him 7 points on the game.
On top of that, he's added 4 rebounds to his resume here today.
Free throw again by Anthony. Both are up and good. Gives him 8 points. And some substitutions.
Rushi substitute
All shot from Perlin knows
10,
all your golf
Kyle
apparel.
Gill.
At State Route 39. Rushi inbounds, trailing 36-31. Ball stolen away by Klaus, and Klaus is fouled by Gill. So Klaus kind of having his way defensively with Kyle Gill that time. Stole it away and then was fouled. Second foul on Kyle Gill. And that will keep the basketball with the Blue Jays trying to build on their 5-point lead, 36-31. Left side with it. Klaus drives to the top of the key, then throws right side. Clark with the drive with a left hand, no, and Borchers clears the rebound for the Rushi Raiders. The lob ahead to Jay Borchers, puts it up, no, it's blocked. Ryan Clark throws it into the Rushi crowd. No foul call, but it will be Rushi's basketball.
Now, Brian Clark came out of nowhere and swatted that one into the second row of the student section door, right?
Barhorse to Trigger, gets it into Cordonier, 6:24 in the third. Cordonier, left side, Barhorse thinks about a three, drives baseline instead, put it off the glass, no, and Holgreave clears the rebounds for St. John's, nearly had it ripped away from him, but Klaus has it. 6:12 in the third, 5-point lead for the Blue Jays who have the basketball. Clark in the corner, underneath Recker, ball knocked away from him. Recker nearly gets it back, but Cordonier gets it. Cordonier throws it ahead to Jay Borchers. Borchers takes it to the rack, loses the basketball, and the officials don't know. They're going to call it with Rushi. I don't think either official had a real clear view of it. But it will be Rushi basketball underneath their hoop with just under 6 to play in the third. Barhorst will trigger. Head coach Paul Bremigan would like to have a foul called on that play. But obviously that's not going to happen. Todd Ostendorf comes in now in favor of Clark for St. John's. Also, Anthony checks back in. Rushi to trigger. Barhorst gets it to Borchers. Actually throws it right past him. Picked up by Casey Klaus. Casey Klaus has it nearly knocked away by Borchers. Gets it back. Left side, Nate Klaus drives baseline. Shot no. Borchers can't handle the rebound. Was high for the board, but couldn't quite pull it down. And it will stay with St. John's. They lead by 5.
15 of 28 shooting-wise for Delphos here in the ball game. 3 of 13. They struggled really from three-point land. Rushi Raiders 13 of 29.
The three-point attempt up, no good, and a foul on Holgreave as he tried to come over Borchers for the rebound. So a good shot there for St. John's. Big difference in this game and the Bristol game is that I can see for St. John's is they were throwing in everything in that contest. This one they seem to be a little bit colder from the field.
Second foul on Ryan Holgrave of the day, and the second team foul for Delphos with 5:43 to go here in the third quarter.
They're still shooting 50%, but they're 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. 5:43 left to play in the third quarter. Is Delphos St. John's with a 36-31 lead. Outside inbounds to Cordonier, who brings it across half court against Anthony. Behind the back dribble, drives down, passes baseline. Elsai shot, and he's blocked. Foul is called as well. Elsai was going up strong for it that time. 6'2" junior will be at the line.
Anthony is first, team's third.
6'2" junior will be looking for his third point of the day. Free throws up and good.
Marucci has a team today at the foul line. Make that 5 of 6 now at the foul line here in the contest, so they've done that well today. They've only attempted 3 from beyond the arc this afternoon and just hit 1.
Elsai waits his second shot. It is up and back to the iron, no good. Borchers clears the offensive rebound though. Takes it back up, but it's stripped away by Nate Klaus and stolen. Klaus on the break, a 3-on-2, throws left side Clark. His shot around the rim and off, and a rebound pulled down by Rusci, and they call a timeout. The Rusci crowd wanted to be over the back call, but the timeout taken by Rusci on the rebound. We will take the break. 5:19 left to play in the third. It is Delphos St. John's 36, Rusci 32.
Timeout, Rusci.
$15,000 plus in
Okay. Rusci inbounds, trailing by 4. With just over 5 minutes to play. Cordonier brings it down against pressure by Clark. Cordonier still on the dribble, is going to throw to Borchers at the foul line. He kicks it right side, Grosjean. His shot is blocked on the baseline, picked up by Rusci. And putting it back up, no good. But the foul is called.
Cordonier got the ball back, Roman, and I know you were screened by the official there. Put up the shot, rolled around the rim and dropped off, and he was fouled and will be line right.
Cordonier at the line. During this high school basketball tournament, Smaybound Ford sending best.
Josh Cordonier shooting 2. St. John's substitute, 34, Mike Anthony.
Delphos with 9. Delphos has had 5 steals here this afternoon.
Second free throw also up and good by Cordonier. They're hanging around, down by 2 as the Rusci crowd gets excited. Rusci standing up defensively, and the Delphos crowd reacts as well. Here comes Nate Klaus, left side Clark. Clark looking for something, throws right side Ostendorf. Ostendorf against the zone defense, dribbles in a little bit, throws right side Klaus. Klaus dribbles through the zone, shot blocked by Borchers, who pulls down the rebound. Borchers has played really well here in the second half. He gets it to Cordonier, and Cordonier brings it across. Rusci with the chance to tie. They haven't been tied since 13-all. The throw to Borchers, off the glass board. Borchers with 14, and we're tied up at 36. St. John's will bring it down and maybe try and get off a good possession here, but this game is tied back up.
Borchers 6 of 8 in the shooting department here today.
Recker, baseline jumper in. Nice shot there by Recker, about an 18-footer on the baseline. He's got 8, and it's back to a 2-point lead for St. John's. Crossover dribble in the backcourt for Cordonier against Anthony. Still on the dribble, looking backdoor for Grosjean. Can't get him. The lob underneath it, nobody home. Picked off by St. John's. Ostendorf runs over top of Jay Borchers for the charge. Borchers just was kind of hanging around in the backcourt. Ostendorf didn't see it coming. And the turnover gives it right back over to Rusci with a chance to again tie the game. And a timeout is taken. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the third quarter. Delphos St. John's 38, Rusci 36.
Team's 5th.
Russia Raiders 14 of 30 now, 1 of 3 on their threes, and 7 of 9 at the straight. But Dane Borcher has been the big story in the third quarter for Russia. Roman, he's added 6 points, now is 14 for the game.
The pass underneath the Cordonier. He gets free, puts it up and in, and we're scored. We're tied again. He scored. We didn't score. He did, but it's tied again. He has 12, does Josh Cordonier. And we're tied up at 38. 3:39 to play in the third. Right side, Casey Klaus. Top of the key, Clark. Right side to Klaus again. In the corner, Nate Klaus, who drives baseline. Wraps it around, passes to nobody but Jay Borchers for Russia. Here come the Raiders on the dribble. Top of the key, left side, Barhorst. Wide open, 3-ball, front of the rim, no. And the rebound to Casey Klaus. Klaus will hurry down for St. John's and runs right over top of Jay Borchers. Another charge called against St. John's. And something tell me Jay Borchers has been taking charges all year long.
Yeah, the second time he's done that in the last 2 minutes of the game, and no question, he was set. And the Delphos player just ran right over him.
So we're tied at 38. St. John's opened up to an 11-2 lead to start things in this game. Then Russia roared back and actually took a 13-11 lead. That's the only time they've led. It was tied up at 13. St. John's took the lead again and didn't give it up again until we were tied at 36 all. We're now tied at 38 all. 3:06 to play in the third. Grosjean looking to Borchers. He has it stolen away. It's stolen back away, but then St. John's has it. Coming out of there is Nate Klaus. Players falling all over the place. Nate Klaus, shot blocked by Borchers, and the rebound to Grosjean. Grosjean wants to run with Cordonier. Cordonier on the right side, thinking about a three, leans in, shot, no, but he's fouled. I'll tell you, it looks like Russia's got the officials in their pocket. They're getting calls right now, and it looks like they know what they're doing.
Well, you mentioned earlier in the broadcast it wasn't physical. I think now we're starting to get a little physical play out there by both teams as they realize what's on the line here this afternoon. And Josh Cordonier, what a game he has played, 12 points, and he's lying right for the Russia Raiders, and 2 for 2 at the stripe here this afternoon.
Cordonier leaning in for that last three, and he will get some free throw opportunities. Free throw up and good for the first one. He saw his defender in the air and realized he had an opportunity. Dribbles the ball, actually kisses the ball on the ground just about. Second free throw is up and good. Just a two-shot foul there as it was after the shot, or before. 40-38, Russia back in the lead for the first time since 13-11. Clark, top of the key. Now to Klaus, right side Clark. Clark in the corner to Recker. Thinks three, shoots three. No! Around the rim and out. Rebound to Dane Borchers for Russia. Russia leading 40-38 with 2.5 to play, and their fans letting them know it. On the baseline to Barhorst. Fade away. John Lewis score. Barhorst with 2 more. His first 2 of the game, actually, and a timeout is taken by Delphos St. John's. We will keep it right here. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. And right now, momentum is wearing a bright yellow jersey.
And just as they did the other day, they struggled in the early going.
Timeout, St. John's, a 30-second timeout.
Last year, beaten by Tip City Bethel in that one.
And Roman, they really kind of taken away Nate Klaus in the second half so far. He had 17 in the first half, has yet to score in this third quarter.
He has the ball top of the key, throws left side to Clark with 2:08 to play in the quarter. Top of the key now, Casey Klaus. Right side, Nate Klaus. Klaus, skip pass across left side to Casey Klaus. Klaus on the wing. Now looking out front, nearly stolen. Klaus gets away from pressure and then is fouled at the top of the key as he was starting to make his move. Scotty Grosjean with the foul there. With under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter, 42-38 is the lead for Russia in this one. The Raiders don't do it with a whole lot of flash, but they seem to hang around and make some shots and come up with a lead. Right side, Casey Klaus. Top of the key, Clark. Back to Klaus, now in the corner. There it's Anthony. He gets it to Recker at the elbow, and Recker is fouled by Grosjean. So Grosjean trying to make a turnover or two. And for him, that is foul number 4. So he will have to sit there. So Grosjean picked up 2 quick ones within about 13 seconds.
15 foul against the Russia Raiders, 7 already in the game for Delphos here in the late stages of the third quarter.
Elsa checks in for Russia. Into Borchers. And then right side, it's Casey Klaus. And his shot is no good from 3. Rebound to Cordonier, who gets it to Dane Borchers. And Ruschi needs the ball down the floor now. They're running out of time. Cordonier, long length pass to Elsas on the baseline. He gets it inside, and the shot up and good by Barhorst. Barhorst has 2 buckets, both here in this quarter. That is 44-38, 6-point lead for Ruschi.
He was just running left of the lane, just kind of threw it toward the hoop and it rolled around and dropped in.
Top of the key, Clark. For Delphos St. John's, ball knocked away on the ground and picked up by Nate Clark out near midcourt. Nate Clark on the dribble. Throws to Casey Klaus. Back to Nate Klaus, to Casey Klaus. Wraps around the defender, now to Recker on the baseline. Back out to Nate Klaus, and he has the ball knocked away from behind. The pass down the floor to Jay Borchers. Borchers a 3-on-1 to his teammate Elsa, up and in. Danny Elsa gets the bucket. 43 seconds left now. 46-38 to Anthony. Breaks down the lane, shot up, good, and he's fouled. Big bucket back the other way by Mike Anthony. He's now in double figures with 10, and the foul's on Dane Borchers.
Right you are, Roman, because the lead got up to 8, and all the momentum right now is running with the Ruschi Raiders. And Delphos needed to answer. That's only their 3rd field goal of the 3rd quarter. And Anthony got a big one, and he's lying left and can cap a 3-point play.
We have just a couple of seconds left in this half.
Ruschi foul by number 30, Dane Borchers, his first, team 6.
Borchers will check out after picking up his first foul. Free throw up by Anthony is good, so he completes the 3-point play. And full court pressure for Ruschi. They break it with the pass ahead to Marshall, who's just checked in for Dane Borchers. Marshall looking to get rid of it, still looking to get rid of it. Finally to Cordonier. Cordonier on the pass to Barhorst, free, up and good. Drew Barhorst with 6. Again, Cordonier, a great passer. Maybe not the best ball handler, but really has got good hands and vision to pass the ball. Left side with it is Clark with 13 seconds in the quarter. Clark at the elbow. Right side, Nate Klaus loads up a 3. Around the rim and out. And the rebound will go over to Ruschi with 5.8 seconds in the 3rd quarter. What a great 3rd quarter for the Raiders of Ruschi.
Well, again, they did it the other day against White Oak. Outscored them 19-4 in that 3rd period to turn things around in the state semifinal game. And here in the championship ball game, they're doing it again here today.
Ruschi to inbound. Barhorst needs some help. He's going to throw it half court. It's picked up there by Recker. Recker's going to throw a half court shot. It's going to be an air ball. And with 1 second left, Ruschi will have another second inbound. So they'll may try another full court pass.
We mentioned they scored 19 the other day in the 3rd quarter. That's what they've done here today. Scored another 19 points while holding Delphos.
Barhorst, a full-length pass, and the tip at the buzzer is no good. And the return pass hits the cameraman and not the hoop. So that is the end of the 3rd quarter of basketball. Ruschi, with a huge 3rd quarter, takes a 7-point lead over Delphos St. John's. And we'll be right back after this.
Just 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 9 of 11 in the free throw department for the Raiders. And let's see, rebounding 25-17, the Raiders lead that department as we go to the 4th quarter.
St. John's inbounds to start the 3rd quarter, trailing by 7. They have trailed, their largest deficit is 8. They have it with Anthony out front. Anthony with a surrounding defense by Ruschi. Clark is open for 3. The lefty's 3 is good. Brian Clark really has been looking to get on track all tournament. He has 6 on 2 threes. And it's a 48-44 lead now for Ruschi. Cordonier on the dribble. Is going to go all the way in near the hoop to Elsa. He'll throw up a 3 from the corner, around the rim and out. And the rebound to St. John's. Anthony has it. He will hurry it down with Klaus. Klaus with 7:23. Right side, Recker to Klaus. Left side, Anthony. He throws up a fadeaway back foot 3, and the ball nearly saved in by St. John's, but it will go out of bounds, and Ruschi will have it.
Scoring-wise for Delphos, Nate Klaus, 17. All of those points came in the first half of play. Mike Anthony with 11, 8th in the ball game for Keith Recker, and 14 apiece for Dane Borchers and Cordonier for the Ruschi Raiders.
Ruschi gets it across half court, and Elsa, before he got trapped right across half court, he's going to take the timeout. We'll keep it right here. 7 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in this contest.
Timeout, Route 14, Todd Ostendorf returns.
Borchers leading the Raiders with 8 rebounds. Top rebounder for St. John's is Klaus with 4. Recker also has 4. Ruschi inbounds against some pressure at half court. They get it to Cordonier. Cordonier will dribble off on the right side. Goes around to pick there, and then back out to Elsa. Elsa on the right wing. Guarded there closely by Nate Klaus. Maybe gets a little shoulder in there to Dane Borchers. In the corner, Elsa. He will dribble in, pull up. A jumper is too long. Rebound controlled by Barhorst. He tries to fight it back up, and he is fouled. Yeah, we talked about this game not being the most physical game we've seen, but it is taking a turn for the physical here in the second half. At the line will be Drew Barhorst after being fouled. Ryan Holdgreave with the foul, and that is 4 now. And Ryan Holdgreave, really the only person in foul trouble for St. John's.
Scotty Grogine has 4 for Ruschi Raiders. Only players, as you say, in serious foul trouble at the moment with 6:42 to play.
Free throw up and good by Barhorst. As Barhorst will get another opportunity, some new players into the game as well. High school basketball is an area. Check him out at Maybach4.com. Free throw up and good by Barhorst. He's got 8 all in the second half, and it's 50-44. Ruschi. St. John's with the basketball. Right side, Clark is open and deep 3. Back to the iron, no. Rebound off to Gill, who is checked now back in for Ruschi. And he will bring it down for Ruschi, the junior. Crosses over with the left hand, is going to dribble into the lane. Try and throw baseline, knocked away by Clark. He will hustle up behind the back dribble as a collision at half court. And Anthony dribbles in and is fouled by Barhorst. There was a decking at half court as Cordonier took out his own player. I believe he took out Danny Elsa, trying for a steal. At the line will be Anthony as he was running into a defender for Ruschi and got the benefit of the down on that call. Free throw up by Anthony is good.
Anthony with a dozen on the day. And 4 or 5 at the foul line here in the ball game.
It really has been the only player besides a couple of buckets for Keith Recker and a 3 by Clark here in the fourth to score in the second half for St. John's. He's got 6 points in the second half. Now 7 points in the second half as that free throw is good. Ruschi gets pressure, gets it to Barhorst. Barhorst across half court, is going to drive all the way to the block. Back out Cordonier, thinks about a 3, now pulls up from the foul line, leans in, shot won't go, but he's fouled. I'll tell you what, Cordonier is really putting on a clinic on how to draw fouls. And he loves to get his defender in the air and then lean in.
Nate Klaus on the foul for Delphos. That's team foul number 9 against the Blue Jays.
At the line is Cordonier. His free throw is up and good. Josh Cordonier had 7 in the semifinal win over Bristol, or rather over White Oak, and now has 15 in this game.
He's 5 for 5 at the foul line here this afternoon.
Free throw up and good. Cordonier was 16, make him 6 of 6 at the line. And here come the St. John's Blue Jays, trailing 52-46. Down by 6 again. Clark has it, hands off to Casey Klaus. Just under 6 to play in this contest. With it is Clark, left wing. He will throw in the corner, wide open is Casey Klaus. His 3 is good. Casey Klaus, his first 3, he's got 5. And Ruschi's lead down to 4, rather down to 3.
That bucket for the Blue Jays right there.
And through the hands of Cordonier and into press row, a turnover for Kyle Gill and Ruschi. And that will hand it back over to the Blue Jays, trailing by 3. And they have trailed by as many as 8 here in the second half. Now it's down to 3, they have a chance to tie. Nate Klaus on the dribble, crosses over with 5.5 left in the basketball game. Top the key, Casey Klaus. Now left side to Clark. Clark drives into the lane, pull up, fadeaway jumper, from the rim, pass, and good. Ryan Clark with 8. Big bucket there, and Ruschi's lead is down to 1. Gill on the dribble. Will cross half court. Still on the dribble. Now will drive all the way to the hoop, throws to Dane Borchers, and he is fouled. Borchers had Casey Klaus sniping through there to knock the ball away, got a piece of Borchers, so he will head to the free throw stripe, and that is foul number 10 on St. John's, so 2 free throws from here on out for Ruschi.
Borchers 14 points on the day. And 8 in the first half. He's tacked on 6 more, make it still 6 more as he missed that free throw. Gained 2 of 3 at the stripe during the contest this afternoon.
Dane Borchers, a 6'8" senior, averaging about 18 points a game, at 16 in the semi, 14 here today. Free throw up and good. 15 now for Dane Borchers, and it's 53-51 with 5:07 left to play here in this basketball game. Right side Clark is nearly fouled by Jay Borchers. Top of the key, Nate Klaus open, 3-ball, good! Nate Klaus's first points in the second half, and it's a lead back for St. John's, 54-53. Barhorse breaks some pressure for Casey Klaus, and a timeout taken by Rushi. We will take the break. 4 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in a raucous Value City Arena. 54-53, St. John's leads Rushi.
Rushi, full timeout.
So we're set to get things underway with 4:48 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Barhorst will inbound for Rushi, looking, gets it to Jay Borchers. Borchers throws left side, Dane Borchers. He goes to the basket and is mugged by Keith Recker, who just went up and about took the top half of him off. Recker, a solid defender, big solid guy, and he went up top and took out Dane Borchers, so Borchers will head to the free throw line after that foul.
Well, Borchers, as we said, 15 points. He is 3 for 4 at the foul line here this afternoon.
Free throw up and good. So we have a tie game again. Second free throw will be coming up. It is a time for home improvement and new car shopping. Both free throws good by Borchers. It's a 1-point lead again for Rushi. With 4:42 left to play in the game. Nate Klaus, top of the key, right wing against the zone to Clark. Back to the top, Casey Klaus. He will throw back to Nate Klaus. Top of the key, now to the foul line, Recker, right side Clark. Open, 3-ball, go! Ryan Clark had 58 threes coming in. He's now got 61 and 11 points on the day, and it's a 2-point lead for St. John's. Barhorst hands off to Cordonier with 4:14 to play. Cordonier, top of the key. Left side, Barhorst looking for Dane Borchers. Gets it to him. He's triple teamed. Tries to get it out of there. Now he's going to pass on the baseline. Grosjean had it knocked away and stolen. Clark grabs it and harries out of there. He's across half court, still on the dribble. Looking. Top of the key to Recker, right side. Casey Klaus as he sits on the ball, throws it backwards, and it will stay with St. John's. No, it will stay with St. John's. Klaus had it knocked away, went down to the ground and was actually sitting on the ball and then threw it over top of him and it went out of bounds, but it was apparently tipped by a Rushi somewhere in there. Casey Klaus with it left side to Nate Klaus. Nate Klaus spinning, looking for help. Gets it to Clark. Clark top of the key now. And out to Anthony. Anthony drives to the foul line. Baseline and open players. Nate Klaus puts it up and in. Klaus now with 2 points, and it's a 4-point lead, and Cordonier is bumped going up the sidelines. Anthony's going to pick up the foul there, and Cordonier picking up that violation, or picking up the foul will head to the free throw line. Nate Klaus has been absolutely fantastic today. 22 points, only 2 buckets in the second half, but both have been huge. 3 several minutes ago, and then that 2 to put his team up by 4.
Now the Raiders 7 of 8 at the foul line here in the fourth quarter. That's how they've accounted for their points in this period.
Free throw up by Cordonier is good. Josh Cordonier, 6'2" senior, averaging about 10 per game, but he's had a great day today. It was 17 so far. Second free throw follows the first through. It's back down to a 2-point lead for St. John's. They get the basketball with 3:23 to play and a nail-biter here, final at St. John Arena, Value City Arena. Harkening back to the days of old, I guess. Driving in the lane is Klaus. He's turned away to Recker. Recker shot in. Rolls around the rim and falls through. So it's a 4-point lead again for Delphos St. John's at 61 to 57. Recker has 10. Breaking pressure, they go with Dane Borchers with the pass to Barhorst. Barhorst with 2:59 to play in the game. Back to Cordonier. Cordonier drives into the lane all the way to the hoop. Shot no good. Rebound Nate Klaus. Here comes Klaus on the drive. Looking all the way down the floor. Drills through a couple of players and a block is called as players just falling all over the place. Klaus is down. Casey Klaus went in for the layup after the pass. He's down. Barhorst and also Jay Borchers, I think, were both down trying to take the charge as 4 of the 10 players were on the floor.
Now, Delphos had a 3-on-2 break, and Klaus streaking down the center of the floor and went flying into the 2 defenders for the Raiders, but they say they foul against the Raiders, and Klaus is going to be lying left for Delphos.
Nate Klaus is actually going to wipe off his hands before he gets a chance to put in these free throws. His team leading by 4. Delphos St. John's trailed by 8 at 46-38 here in the second half. But since then, it's been a very good effort by St. John's to climb back to even and then push ahead, where they now lead by 4. Could go back up by 5. That'd be their largest lead of the second half.
Klaus is 1 for 2 at the foul line this afternoon to go with his 22 points.
Shot is up and good for Nate Klaus, who now has 23 points. And he will await his second free throw, the chance to put his team up by 6. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left to play here in the basketball game, Division IV state championship. Second free throw by Nate Klaus is up and also good. 24 points tonight for the junior. Rushi comes the other way, trailing now by 6. Ball knocked away and stolen. Clark comes out of there with it as it was knocked away from behind, and a timeout taken by Delphos St. John's. We will take the break. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left. 63-57. Delphos St. John's over Rushi.
Yeah, they really have. You talk about, Mark Kellogg talks about spurtability all the time. Both these teams have shown that today in this contest. Been a great basketball game for the Division IV's title, and right now Delphos is on the run.
Delphos leading by 6. Nate Klaus walks it across half court. Still on the dribble, right side to Casey Klaus. Casey Klaus nearly throws it past Nate Klaus, but Klaus gets it, gets out of a double team. Throws it top of the circle now to Casey Klaus, and he is going to be fouled eventually. A lot of contact there. It was just a matter of time until the foul was called, and now with 2:22 left to play, it's 63-57. Delphos St. John's with a chance to increase that at the line. This is the last 1-and-1 foul of the game.
Battle of the boards being won by the Raiders from Rushi, 28-20, but the turnovers have hurt their cause this afternoon. They have 16 compared to 13 for Delphos.
Free throw up and good by Casey Klaus. Casey Klaus, the senior, comes off the bench, averaging just under 10 points per contest. He's got 6 so far today. Second of 2 state championship games, or second of 4 today here at Value City Arena. Second free throw is also good by Klaus. He's got 7, and it's 65-57. An 8-point lead for Delphos St. John's. Left side, Grosjean's going to drive baseline, put up the little leaner, it won't fall. Fights for the rebound, gets it back, puts up the reverse layup, no. Dane Borchers up, no, and he's fouled. So a couple of offensive rebounds there. Rushi's done a nice job on the boards as they lead in that category now 30-20. They have been able to get some shots to fall here lately, and Dane Borchers gets a chance from the line.
Well, Borchers now with 17 in the ball game, and Borchers today line right. First free throw rolled around the rim and dropped through for the big guy, and he's now 6 out of 7 at the foul line this afternoon.
He also hits for his average. This is a 6'8" senior at 18 right now. Second free throw, reduce it to 6 is good. So it's a 6-point lead for St. John's. Rushi going into some full court pressure. Nate Klaus dribbles through a triple team. Still on the dribble, right side Casey Klaus to Nate Klaus at the center line with 2 minutes even left to play in this basketball game. Now to Clark, right side Nate Klaus. He had the ball stripped away. It's on the deck, picked up by Casey Klaus. He has 3 players hanging on him. Top of the key, Anthony, left side Clark. I would say St. John's will not shoot the rest of the game unless they absolutely have no one back there, and a foul called against Drew Barhorst as Mike Anthony was decked. And I think some of the folks here in the stands kind of figuring this one might be a certainty, but it's only a 6-point game at 65-59.
Delphos 10 of 12 at the stripe on the day. And Anthony, lying left, 5 of 6.
Free throw by Anthony is up and good. 14 points now for the junior. Two seniors that start, Holdgreave, who has not scored today after having a very nice game in the semifinal, and Keith Recker, who's got 10. Nate Klaus, Brian Clark, Mike Anthony, 3 juniors. They'll return next year. Second free throw also good by Anthony. He's got 15, and it's back up to an 8-point edge. Jay Borchers on the dribble, is going to drive into the hoop, put the shot off the glass and good. Jay Borchers with 9, it's down to a 6-point lead. Clark will inbound with 1:31 to play. And a timeout called by Delphos St. John's as they didn't like the looks of things. So they will take the break. We'll see whether this is going to be a full timeout or a 30.
Timeout. St. John's a full timeout.
Just 1:29 left to play in this basketball game. 6-point lead for St. John's. They have the basketball. Inbound to Nate Klaus. He gets it ahead to Anthony. Anthony across court to Clark, and they cross the half-court line with Casey Klaus. Klaus on the dribble, and he is wrapped up and fouled near the center line. 1:20 left to play as the Delphos folks down to our left, getting excited about this one, thinking maybe their first state championship since 1983 will be coming their way. Not like they don't know what state championships are. Seems like they win them every year in football. But a chance to get one in basketball here. At the line is Casey Klaus, trying to improve on his team's 6-point lead. Free throw up and good. Casey Klaus, perfect from the line tonight. 3 of 3 this afternoon, I guess. It's kind of easy to lose track of time down here, Dan, when we're in here.
When you've been in here for 3 days?
Yes. Yep. Free throw up. This one is no good, so the lead stays at 7. Rebound to Dane Borchers, and he gets it to Jay Borchers. Here come the Rouge Raiders. Borchers to Cordonier, knocked away, stolen by Anthony. Anthony ahead to Brian Clark, and he will circle the wagons. And now he's going to try and throw it on the baseline where it's knocked away, and a foul on Barhorst. Actually, a foul is going to be on Clark. There was contact there as Barhorst knocked the ball away. They were diving for the loose ball, and the foul called on Clark. So it will be some free throws coming out for Rouge. So a great thing happening for Rouge. Something you obviously do not want if you're a Blue Jay fan.
Well, Rouge's stroked it well today from the foul line. 20 of 23 at the foul line today. And Barhorst is there. He is 2 for 2 at the stripe on the afternoon, has 8 points.
Free throw up by the senior is good. Rattle zone. Most teams down here this weekend have shot very well from the free throw line, it seems.
One reason why they're here, right?
I guess so. That's true. Barhorst's first free throw is up and good. That makes it a 6-point game. Second free throw makes it 5 as it rolls around and falls through. And it's down to a 5-point edge. St. John's inbounds, and all 4 players are on Nate, or 4 of the 5 are on Nate Klaus. Picks up a foul. And the foul, we'll wait and see who it's going to be out of Rouge. It's going to be on Jay Barhorst, or rather, Jay Borchers, I believe.
Well, you mentioned the experience of Delphos in the state tournament. Of course, here last year, lost the title game to Tip City Bethel. State runner-up in 98, 73, and 54. State champions in 83 and 49. And, of course, semifinalists in this year, of course, in 95, 90, 82, and 1924. So they made a few trips to the capital city.
Free throw, no good by Nate Klaus. So the lead stays at 5 for the moment. Cordonier checks back in as Elsod checks out for Rouge. 1:05 to play, 68-63. Delphos St. John's on top of Rouge. Both teams in the 2-shot bonus. Rouge with 1 timeout left, 2 for St. John's. Free throw by Klaus is good. 25 points on the game. Rouge down by 6, 69-63. Jay Borchers to the foul line, throws it back out, Cordonier. Cordonier thinking about a 3, instead to Barhorst. Barhorst is going to drive in, and a blocking foul called against Recker. Tough call that time on Recker. As Barhorst, you could tell he got the idea at the 3-point line. He was going to the hoop, but there was nothing stopping him.
Yeah, he was like freight train on a mission that time. He was down low on the right side and wasn't going to be stopped. And he'll be lying right for the Russia Raiders, still trailing by 6 with 53.7 seconds to go.
So Barhorst with an opportunity to bring his team closer. Free throw up, short. Looked like he's just kind of short-armed it a little bit. Comes off the front of the rim and stays a 6-point game with 53.7 seconds left to play. So Barhorst another opportunity to bring it to 5. And the free throw is up and good by Barhorst. Gives him 11 points, and it's a 5-point lead. The pass ahead and knocked away, but Casey Klaus has it for St. John's, and he is fouled by Grosjean, and Grosjean has fouled out. That's foul number 5 on Scotty Grosjean, a guy who comes off the bench and provides a little bit of spark for him defensively. At this point, you don't want to foul out, but you have no other choice. You really have to get some timeouts and stop the clock, and Casey Klaus with a chance to increase his team's 5-point lead at the line.
The Russia Raiders, 16 points they've scored in this quarter, but 14 of them have been at the foul line. Just one field goal, that by Jay Borchers in this final 8 minutes of play.
So Cordonier checks back in now. Once they count up and make sure that Grosjean has 5 fouls. Also in foul trouble is Jay Borchers. He has 4 fouls. 4 fouls also for Keith Recker for Delphos St. John's. Casey Klaus, the senior, 3 of 4 from the line today. Free throw is up and good. Casey Klaus now with 9 points. A lot of free throws. Total free throws in this game, Dan.
How about 55?
That's a lot.
15 of 19 now, Delphos. Actually 56 now.
Free throw up and good. Both of them good by Casey Klaus. And it's out to an 8-point lead, or rather a 6-point lead, 7-point lead at 71-64. Russia against some pressure with 42 seconds. Russia still on the dribble with Cordonier. Cordonier's going to loft up a 3. The shot no good. Rebound is ticked around, and an elbow taken by a Russia player, I believe, on the foul line or on the baseline. He's down, but the rebound goes over to Delphos St. John's. There's a player still down for Russia. Actually, I think that's Danny Elsa. He got decked on the rebound attempt. I think he took maybe an elbow, and he is down on the floor. Finally gets up and appears to be all right as he gets over to the sideline and then kneels down to receive some medical attention. 36.2 seconds left is what we have in this game, and Delphos St. John's appears to be in good shape. Up by 7, 71-64 over Russia. And they actually take Elsa off the floor. They're going to run him into the locker room, and apparently some blood on the floor, so they will have to wipe that up. Get that into a situation where they make sure that's off of the floor and everything's okay, and then they will inbound. Delphos St. John's leading by 7. Some of the crowd starts to stream out here. Everything appears to be all right, so we will get back to basketball. Kyle Gill checks in for Danny Elsa. The inbound for Clark, still looking, and he has to call a timeout. So, St. John's will have 1 timeout left after this, and we'll take the break. 36.2 seconds left. Delphos St. John's on top of Russia, 71-64. And St. John's will inbound. Clark set to inbound, still looking, and gets it to Anthony. And a foul is called away from the ball, and this one goes on Borchers. So Jay Borchers of Russia is going to pick up foul number 5, and that's it for him. I don't think he was actually trying to pick up a foul, but was the one who got whistled. So the opportunity for Delphos St. John's to head back to the line where they can increase their lead.
Delphos 16 of 20 from the foul line today. Russia Raiders 23 of 27 at the stripe today. Shooting-wise, Delphos 24 of 47. They were, so far today, 7 of 22 from three-point land. And Russia Raiders, they are 20 of 44 in the contest, just 1 of 6 beyond the arc.
Nick Klaus free throw around and out.
Nick Klaus,
so he stays at 25 for the game.
As you said, Roman has played well today, 25 points. You have 4 of 7 now at the foul line on the afternoon.
Nick Klaus's second shot is up and good. Gives him 26, and it makes it 72-64. Inbound to Dane Borchers to Cordonia with 34 seconds left. Cordonia are running, 3 off the glass and rim, no. And the rebound to Recker of St. John's. He is immediately fouled, and that might do it. 72-64 with under 30 seconds to play. It looks like St. John's is going to win the boys and girls state championships in the same year.
How about that? Big 2 weeks for the Delphos program. The girls last weekend, and the boys just 28 seconds away from duplicating that feat. And record line left for Delphos St. John's.
Keith Recker at the line, trying to get his 11th point today. Free throws up and good.
So this will be the 3rd state championship for Delphos St. John's. Title was in '83 and also 1949.
And the first one with Bob Arnson not on the bench for him.
Yep.
Though I think he was here a couple of days ago. Seeming to be up and in good health still. Rebound, no. After the free throw, no good. Cordonia leans in for a 3. This one is an air ball off to the right, and the rebound is not saved as Gill couldn't quite get it. There's a cameraman in his way. With 19.9 seconds, it's a 73-64 lead for St. John's, and we're going to get into some substitutions.
Delphos back in '83 when they won it. Bob Arthur, of course, they were both level 28-0 that year. Defeated Buckeye Trail in the semifinals by 74-71 in double overtime, and then defeated Buckeye Central in the championship game, 55-48, their last title.
Nate Klaus will get another opportunity for some free throws here, as he is fouled by Kyle Gill. Both coaches now going to their bench, getting some substitutes to finish out this game. Pretty good game today. It was back and forth for a while. As St. John's took an early lead, Russia stormed back, took a brief lead. And then the rest of the first half belonged to St. John's. After that, then, it was a great third quarter by Russia to get back into it, and actually took an 8-point lead. They led 48-41 in the, actually they led 46-38 in the third quarter and led 48-41 heading to the fourth. They couldn't hang on to that lead, and St. John's storms back, and they lead now by 7 with a chance to increase that at the line.
And redemption from a year ago for the Delphos Blue Jays. Lost to Tip City Bethel in the championship game a year ago. And they come back and do it this year. Maybe a little unexpected this year, but they came back and did it.
So St. John's with 6 losses coming into the tournament, and obviously have stormed through the entire tournament, and they're going to fly through the postseason as well. Nate Klaus's free throw up and good, 74-64. It's a 10-point lead for Delphos St. John's, and all the starters now out of the game for both teams, both getting rounds of applause. 13 seconds now in the game. Russia has it, a 3-pointer thrown up is no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by St. John's. It's still rough out there. The officials letting it go, and that's going to be the end of the basketball game. 74-64 is our score, as Delphos St. John's players pile on right at center court. They have won the state championship, boys and girls, state champs for 2001-2002. The Blue Jays at Delphos St. John's. We'll be back after this.
Colin Foster. Cody Francis. Kevin Tebby. Nathan Marshall. Kyle Gill. Drew Barhorst. Dane Borchers. Josh Cordonier. Jay Borchers. Manager Corey Remigan. Ryan Remington. Derek Francis. Drake Francis. Jesse Groge. Assistant coach Brad Francis. Assistant coach Dave Borchers. Assistant coach Doug Foster. And head coach Paul Remigan. Dwayne Morton's Assistant Commissioner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association will now present the 2002 State Division IV Runner-Up Trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I present this trophy, what a great championship game we saw today. There were no losers on this floor, only champions. Young men of Russia, you have had a remarkable season. The most in your school's history, 24 wins. A regional championship for the first time ever for Russia. A trip to the Final Four and a chance to play in the state championship game. Boys, you have a lot to be proud of. I know these people up here wearing the blue and gold are very proud of you young men. For the other people in our audience, this is the 5th smallest public high school in Ohio. And what a great team! I'm telling you fellas, I know you're a little disappointed right now, but those people up there are very, very proud of what you've done. Now, on behalf of the Ohio High School Athletic Association, our Commissioner and Board of Control, and all of our member schools, it's a privilege for me to present the 2002 State Runner-Up Trophy to Russia High School. Congratulations, man.
And now we honor the team from Delphos St. John's High School as the 2002 Division IV State Championship team. As your name is announced, please come forward to receive an individual award. Casey Klaus. Brad Hamp. Todd Ostendorf. Matt Webb. Ryan Patton. Jeff Unterbrink. Don Haggard. Keith Knippen. Todd Munter. Bart Bergfeld. Nate Klaus. Brian Clark. Keith Recker. Mike Anthony. Ryan Holgrave. Jason Hageman, manager. Tom Lane, manager. Assistant coach Al Unterbrink. Assistant coach Steve Recker. Assistant coach Paul Sadler. And assistant coach Gavin Seaver. And head coach Brett Norris. Ray Orange will now present the 2002 Division IV State Championship Trophy and game ball. Delphos St. John High School, where the tradition runs deep and the Blue Jays fly high. Young men, you've lived your dream today. You represent a school deep in tradition. You came here with a goal in mind, and you accomplished that goal. And those people are proud of you up there. I know it's not news to anybody from Delphos St. John's High School, but today we saw only the second time in Ohio history where the girls from the same school and the boys from the same school won the state championship on the same year. I would like at this time for Gene Klaus, member of the Board of Control and one of the former Blue Jay greats, to present the state championship trophy to St. John's High School.